Okay. Right. We move on to a section which I like. This is a section called Great Brands Tell Great Stories. And what happens here is that as part of the brand-hearted journey is that there are many, many great stories around any organization system. And it is the duty of care of leaders to actually get those out into the system. And also you have some terrific stories just represented by each and every one of you in this house. So what we've asked for 6 very kind volunteers to come up on stage and tell us a little bit of story about themselves. Now I have to say some of them were volunteered for themselves, but I do say I've spoken to all 6 of them and I'm really looking forward to hearing their stories. And I know you're going to give them a very, very warm welcome. So without further ado, I'd like to please welcome the first 2 up, which is Sid Sattanathan and Mark Winterton. Round of applause, please. Good. Very much.
I'll get to you.
So, yeah. You're going to talk first?
Thank you, Mark. And firstly, I must say it's fantastic to be reunited with all my ex-colleagues whom I'd worked with in Australia. Just quickly remind you all, cricket season is over, done, dusted. We're focusing on rugby, aren't you? And football. Morning. Good afternoon, rather. And firstly, I'd like to thank John and Jan for giving Holiday in Abu Dhabi the opportunity and privilege to be here to tell our brand-hearted story. Well, that's the Holiday in Abu Dhabi. A bit of background, 209 rooms, 180 team members to look after our guests in our 4 F&B outlets as well. Our story today is going to revolve around our brand, our Heart of House. Our Heart of House, where the journey began in late 2009 when John and Pascal drew the broad outlines on how we should transform our old, and as Mark said, clinical back of house into a modern, vibrant heart of house. Our heart of house, as Jan, you said, would help attract and retain talent. A heart of house where we'd communicate more with less. A heart of house which would be better than the front of house of our competitors. A heart of house where our team members would be surrounded, touched by our brand, by our values, by our ways of working, and by our vision. And a heart of house where we'd feel proud to bring our guests and even business partners in. But before I run you through our heart of house, and I've been given just 3 minutes to do that by 3 minutes by Jeremy, yeah. I'd like you to imagine that you are an aspiring team member or a team member joining the hotel on your first day, and I'm there to welcome you at the team entrance. Well, that's the first thing you're going to see, our core purpose. Next, I'd walk you through the brand zone, where I'd hope that you get to breathe and live the brand. And I hope these images create that upbeat feeling, which is so key to delivering that stay real service. This is my absolute favorite part in our heart of house. It's a corridor which leads right into the lobby. And what we've tried to do here is focus on the profile of a typical Holiday Inn guest. And we have, you can't see it really here because it's a little faint, but we have all the adjectives: road warriors, genuine, unpretentious. And the objective here is for the team to understand the typical Holiday Inn guest so that we in turn can adapt our service behaviors to fulfill that brand proposition. Our main corridor with our winning ways on one side and our heroes from both front of house and heart of house. And I hope this would inspire any team member to get their faces up there. And if you notice, they're all expressing their hobbies and what they do outside of work. This is a corridor where we dedicate to our people, where we explain the 4 rooms and our commitment to the team. Next is our wheel room, where we conduct all our meetings, all our trainings, and brainstorm our wheel actions. This is our wheel zone, and for each quadrant, we have a different section, and this one focuses on guest experience. On this notice board you see there, we have all the heartbeat scores, recent guest comments, TripAdvisor reviews, and a little distance away from this, we have our big board with our everyday VIP heroes, so the team knows who's coming and who's staying. Our vision wall, and here's where we attempt to build that engagement both to the brand and to IHG. And I've worked in this company for close to 10 years. Jenny, I'm coming up for my 10-year pin. And I'm proud to say that I'm enjoying the journey and proud to be part of this journey. Our weekly message, and this is situated strategically just outside our team restaurant, so that one clear message that we need to communicate is seen by all. This is the last stop on my tour, and that is our F&B rest place for our team members who do split shifts. Yes, we do show we care for our team members. And I hear a murmur here. Let me quickly add that we have separate rooms for both genders to indeed show that they are indeed resting. So that's the end of the tour. So now I'll snap you back into the present, and I'd hope that any team member would feel excited to be part of this team. Has our heart of house helped with our results? I do believe so. Our heartbeat scores year to date are 87, which is a clear 7 points ahead of the EMEA benchmark. We've got great TripAdvisor ratings. Last year we were number 1 for 6 months. Our RGI is 1.40. And that gives us at the Holiday Inn a lot of confidence. A confidence to meet the uncertainties of the market and anything thrown to us by our competition. Talking of which, at a recent team meeting, I asked the audience if a new Novotel, which is opening bang opposite us, would beat us. And the answer they gave me was a resounding no. And it's funny, I believe the competitors feel the same way, and the writing is on the wall. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Mark and Sid, thank you very much.